Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals. This is some of my fabric scraps. I know that's horrendous, and what's worse is there are about 5 boxes like this. So, what have I been doing with them today? For no reason other than I just felt like it this morning. This is what I have been doing with them today. Making little fabric swatches to use to embellish tags, journals, labels, I don't know, journaling cards, whatever I want to use them for. I just felt like playing around with my scraps and making something pretty out of them. So yeah, I'll show you these little red and black and white ones out of little bits of fabric. I've used the same fabric when I've made these and made like usually about 6 or 7 the same but slightly different, just by layering up the material a little differently on a few of them. Not for any particular reason, just because I fancied it. So I made those ones, I made some little checker ones, as you can see. Some little black and denim ones. These are little bits of frayed denim been sewn down the middle. I was actually making denim feathers, but I sewed these ones the wrong way around and I got left with the elastics because they were stretchy jeans rather than the denim-y bits, so they just turned super fuzzy. So I threw them in my scrap bin and they've been there ever since, and now they've been chopped apart and used on these little, I don't know, scrap piles. What do you call these? I know like tons of ladies have done them and I'm sure they have a name, and for the life of me I cannot think of it at the moment. This is nice material, it's fuzzy and has spots on it for some reason. I guess it's a kid's jumper sort of material or something, but yeah, I just try and find some sort of semi-matching little scraps and start from there. And like this is absolute scrap. Like a lot of this is, you know, the crotches out of pants, you know, jeans and stuff that, you know, when I cut the jeans apart and make handbags and journals and all the rest of it, I cannot seem to throw out anything. And I'm like, oh, but there's still good material in it. Oh, there's still a zipper in there. What am I going to do with the jean zipper? I don't know, but apparently I cannot throw them away, so I have them in my stash. In fact, this was a pair of shorts. I'll actually show you what's left of them, because of course it went back in my scraps just a minute ago, because, you know, you can't throw anything away. Now I can't find it. Yeah, this is all that's left. Now, yeah, a person has to give up something at some stage. Maybe I can put it in my worm farm. I don't know. But there you have it. They're the sort of things that are in my scrap pile, when they shouldn't be. Honestly, they should just be in the bin. But yeah, we know how that goes, don't we? So, and then these little ones, I haven't bothered to change my thread. I've used the same thread for every single colour. It's some navy blue thread that I just had in my machine. Yeah, so I made all those over the last, well, I think I started yesterday afternoon and did a few. And then today I was making some tags, so I started making little button dangles. A couple of little buttons and a piece of scrap fabric on a pin. I did use a bunch of these. I'll grab the tags and show you. Ooh, sorry, I've knocked you over. Where have you gone? You're looking in my cup of tea. Bird's eye view of my chamomile tea. I bet you're all jealous now. I made these today, just out of things that were lying around. I actually made these out of the sides of old cereal boxes, just wrapped them in some leftover paper from a gardening book after I'd cut all the pictures out of it. And then they sat there and sat there and sat there, and then one day I sprayed them with coffee because they were stark white, and then they just sat there and sat there and sat there. And the other day I have said, possibly in another video, I'm actually sort of at the tool buying sort of stage at the moment, so I got a new tool. I got a lanyard punch. I don't know if you can see that. Cuts out that hole. Oh, this is what those tags. This is the colour those tags were before I sprayed coffee on them. Cuts out that hole like you would have in a lanyard card. Hangs around your neck to get in and out of a convention or something. So, yeah, I got one of these. So I've been busy finding anything that I think was thick enough to sort of need punching with something like that. I've been running around punching everything. I punched a whole heap of punch cards, funnily enough, today, and put some toppers on those. So I have a big pile of punch cards to work with at the moment. I need to decorate those up as big tags. But yes, I did these as well, and then I was looking around my desk, and I had all those pictures from an encyclopedia, all the old men from the encyclopedia. And I thought, oh, maybe I could stick those on there, get them off my desk. So yeah, and then I thought, oh, they're very dark pictures, maybe some black. So I pulled out some black lace and a bit of book page, and then I think this was a shirt. It had lots of little these little embroidery bits, I don't know what you call them, and these little tiny ones as well, all over it. So I cut those all out, I don't know, a couple of years ago, and they've been stashed in a container, and I thought, ooh, they finally have a purpose. So I pulled those out, popped a bit of black lace through the lanyard hole there, stapled it on, glued the lace down, popped on the old men, gave them each a flower because, you know, they deserve a flower as much as anybody else, and then pinned on one of these little pins with a couple of buttons and a piece of scrap fabric. And they turned out kind of cute. I like them. So they'll just go into my stash for a later date. There's a few more, but these are just the 4 I grabbed. So yeah, they turned out okay. How can you use that button? It's a little square. I don't think I've ever seen a little square button before. So yeah, used up a few buttons, used up a few scraps, used up a bit of lace, and some of the cards I've been having sit over there for the last, I don't know, 200 years it feels like. So anyway, I don't know if you want to make any of this kind of stuff with me. We won't do these today because I have to go and get out my buttons and my pliers and my little jump rings and everything, so we'll give those ones a miss for the moment, but we can make those another day if you're interested. Let me know. Pop a comment underneath and let me know whether you would find that interesting at all. Let's find a bunch of scraps in this horrible box of scraps and see what we can put together. Try and find something we haven't already used there. I have this piece of fabric sample. Can use that. Goes nicely with this. What else have I got in here? How would this be? It's kind of nice, but it's a bit matchy. we'll give it a go. I think I'd actually like some lace on this, but my lace is way over there. Just bear with me for a second. I'm going to go and grab some lace and I will be back in a sec. Did it again. Every time I move, I give you guys a kick. It's unfair, isn't it? You did nothing to me. Right, I'm trying out this little microphone business. I don't know if it's doing any good. Somebody said my sound was too low or I spoke too quietly, so I should get a microphone. So I did. We'll have a see whether it makes any difference. Alright, here's some lace. This is how I store my lace, by the way. I just cut up cardboard strips and yeah, just wrap around a piece of lace or ribbon or whatever it is I have. I find it stores better this way. I can keep it in boxes and it's flat-ish. So yeah, that's what I do there. Okay, let's just chop up a piece of this. Now I make these quite big, simply because I don't really do little tiny delicate things that often. I'll just throw that a bit out. Look, I can throw something away. You proud of me? You should be. Trust me. Yes, I don't do sweet, cute little delicate things very often. Even my things that I consider pretty things are not that small usually. So yeah, I do make these quite big, but I guess you could cut them down if you really found a need to. Or you just make them smaller to begin with. I just don't. Okay, well, we'll either cut that one down or cover it up. We'll see. I'll throw that back in the scraps. This was the lining of a wedding dress. Somebody gave me a black and white wedding dress, which was kind of cool. So I did enjoy hacking that apart. I don't know, I was actually doing it and I was like, I wonder if this is like supposed to be bad luck or something, chopping up a wedding dress. Anybody know anything about that or heard anything about that? I'd like to know what's coming. I don't care. If somebody's finished with their wedding dress, why shouldn't it be chopped up, I think. But yeah. Well, there you go, that covers that up. Don't have to worry about it. So yes, this was the lining, and then I obviously coffee dyed it because it was, you know, stark white, and you know, I don't really do anything with stark white. It just tears so lovely, really grungy and sort of scrappy when it tears. So I hope you're all doing well today. It's the end of my week. We're a little bit ahead of some of you, so you'll be catching up and probably see this when I'm fast asleep in bed tonight. So I'm looking forward to my weekend. I've got a lot to do actually. I hope I can get it done. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to go because my back's a bit dodgy at the moment, so but we'll see. If I can get it done, I can get it done. If I can't, it'll sit and wait for me. I'm not going to go anywhere, nobody else is going to do it. So, yeah, I have to refinish my deck. It's time. It hasn't been done for a couple of years or so, you know. You can't expect it to just last forever if you're not going to look after it, so I have to get out there and do it at some point. I have bought all the stuff. I've got all the stuff ready to go. It's just whether my back's going to stand it. this weekend. If it doesn't, then I'll do it next weekend. Like I say, it's not going to go anywhere. It's certainly not going to do itself. I've been hoping for the last 2 years it'd do itself. It never has. I don't know. My fairies are slack. My fairies don't help me out at all. There is no fairies here, which is a bit of a shame. I could use a few fairies. Right, I'd like to use some of this, but I have this idea it's going to be a bit big. But I might be able to pop it under some layers. I don't know, we'll see. I certainly probably can on this one. How's that? Is that cute? Do we think that's cute? Let's try another one. I really like it against the red, actually, or the upholstery fabric, but you're not going to get to see much of it if I do that. I'll pop that one on there. This is the only trouble with this stringy stuff. End up taking it for walks all now and again. I'll work out which way is up with lace. Not that it matters, because I figure if I can't tell while I'm making it, then if anybody notices after it's been layered with 100 different other things, then they're looking too closely and it's not my fault. They need to relax. Yeah, I'm kind of liking it, I think. It is a bit of a shame that you can't see a bit more of it, but it's as it is. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Maybe. See, I've done all of these the same after telling you that I do some this way and some that way. Done all of these exactly the same way. I'm going to see if I can put a bit of other lace on top as well, I think. Because I kind of like that. Oh. And of course all this lace has been coffee dyed as well, because you know, you buy it and it's white. White as white as white. Which, you know, is pretty. I love it, but only in some occasions, and not many of those. I coffee dye just about everything that comes in my house fabric wise. I was going to use that other lace, but this is quite pretty. This is vintage lace. Just pop a piece of that on, eh? A little bit of vintage lace on top. As you can see, I've even coffee dyed the vintage lace. It's just nothing. Can't be trusted with anything. Everything goes in a coffee dye when it gets here. I either chop it to bits or coffee dye it, or possibly both. So yeah. Alrighty, there we go. Kind of cute, aren't they? I like them. Right, well, as you obviously would know if you've watched these videos at all, ever, not much for editing. I managed to edit a cough out of my video one time, but this is as close as I've got to editing anything. So I'm going to pause this and go and sew these and come back and show you, and hope I can stick it together somehow. Hopefully my daughter will help me. The joy of having adult children around. So all right, I'll be back shortly. Guys, Penny Rose Journals, I'm back. I don't know why I reintroduced myself. Hopefully this is the same video, but anyway, oh, forgot my little microphone. I'll get in trouble again. Right, well, this is how I sew them. Again, I haven't changed that cotton. I did think about it. I thought, maybe I should change it for a sort of nice beigey coloured, mushroom coloured sort of thread, but I thought, nah, actually I think this will be quite nice, and I kind of like it. I sew them together like this. I just one after the other put them through the machine, so they all come out in a string, which makes it easier for me because then they don't fall on the floor and kick around underneath the sewing machine table, so I never find them again, or fall in a scrap bin, heaven forbid, and I never see them again. And there we go. They're kind of cute, yeah? I think so. I like them. So they can go with all the others. I mean, you can see how cute they would be if you had another one of those envelopes that I haven't finished yet. You could stick that on the back, on the flap. That's quite sweet. Or if you really wanted to, you could pop it on the front somewhere. You could maybe actually put it on instead of a stamp if it's that sort of shape, if you really enjoyed that kind of thing. It's kind of a good idea. Yeah, but I would be more than likely just to stick them on the back. Just a little bit of decoration, a bit of fabric. It's always nice to have a bit of fabric in your journals. So there you go. That's what I was doing today, trying to use up a few scraps, and well, I'm trying to use up my lace as well and everything else. So yeah, thank you for coming along and spending time with me today. I hope that was helpful for you, or useful, or interesting. Yeah, I think I could probably make a dump truck load full of these and still have scraps left, but it's something. All right, thanks for coming along today. I will see you again next time. Bye.